How did that person in your class become rich? Story 1. A girl from my hometown won an island on a Mr. Beast video. It was worth millions. She's in the process of selling it currently. Until that money comes through, she's just living life like normal. I imagine that must be a great place to be in, knowing most of your problems are about to disappear but not yet overly intoxicated by money. Story 2. I went to school with a kid that was all in on Bitcoin from the get-go. He was a hustler out of the womb, and held 2 jobs along with a couple different side hustles. He didn't have much in the way of a social life, so he invested probably 75% of his income. He was buying Bitcoin when it was like $1. He went on to buy a number of gas stations/convenience stores and apartment buildings. He went from a McDonald's fry cook to buying and selling classic cars as a hobby. Story 3. Guy that I grew up hit big with Crocs. His family moved away when I was about 6th grade, but my older brother remains friends with his older brother. I guess the guy worked selling insurance and was offered an opportunity to invest in Crocs, the weird shoes. He went for it and got a few checks back in the $5 to $10 million range. I learned this through my brother, and I think it is true. Story 4. My classmate worked at LinkedIn before it got big. Retired at 30 by pouring everything into buying a house. Helps that he likes eating plain foods, bread, rice, porridge, potatoes, broccoli, carrots, and doesn't really spend that much money. He's basically been traveling 10-12 months a year since retirement. Story 5. Smart guy. A little socially awkward but was a swimmer and in top classes. Went to UCLA, became a doctor, maybe a surgeon. Started to play the stock market for fun. Ran a bulletin board to talk stocks. Turns out he had Asperger and was able to read the stock market signs really well. Made $300 million when the market crashed as he bet against it. Christian Bale played him in the movie about him, The Big Short. Mike Burry. Class of 1989. We knew each other. Not friends but acquainted. Couldn't be happier for the guy. Truly, happy he's done well. Not seen him since we graduated. If I did, I'd totally, and jokingly, ask him for some cash. I'd try to make him laugh. He'd probably still be awkward. Story 6. The best wealth story I ever heard was a nerdy computer guy, early internet adopter, realized things like Vancouver.com or Paris.com would be valuable. So he bought up all the city.com websites he could and just had a landing page that said, "Page for sale, contact me." Bada bing bada boom. Story 7. It was me. The short version is that my school outlawed junk food and the very next day I was selling hot chips and cold drinks out of a couple of Eskies in my locker. Seriously, my profit margins were absolutely stupid. I'd pick up a whopping great bag from the local fish and chips shop and sell it back in smaller ones. Only took me 2 sales to break even. Ended up buying my first car with the proceeds of that operation with plenty left over. Please, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to notifications for new incredible stories from Reddit.